My name is Liam Neal, not Neil Liam, but either way is fine. And I'm one of the doctors that works at East Anglian Air Ambulance. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. And thank you to the Cambridge Business and Professional Group for choosing East Anglian Air Ambulance as your charity of the year. On behalf of everyone at EAAA, thank you for your support, and it really does make a difference. Most people recognise our bright yellow helicopters, but don't realise that the charity is more than just that air ambulance. At East Anglian Air Ambulance, we're a charity providing advanced critical care 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, across Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire, Suffolk and Norfolk. And whether we reach our patients by helicopter or by one of our critical care cars, our aim is the same. That aim is not just to rapidly convey our patients to the right hospital first time, it's more than that. It's about delivering our teams to that patient as fast as possible to essentially bring the hospital, the emergency department, directly to them wherever they are in the east of England. And there's no queue or waiting room in ED either. But when we're called, it's normally because somebody, adults or children, are experiencing the worst day of their life. Worst day of their life. And that might be a serious road traffic collision, a cardiac arrest, major falls, or any other medical life-threatening emergency. Our specialist doctors and critical care paramedics carry and provide equipment to deliver skills that simply aren't available on a normal ambulance. We can administer blood transfusions, we can provide advanced pain relief, we can deliver anaesthesia, provide emergency surgical procedures, and make critical decisions about where the patient needs to be and convey them there rapidly. And so those few minutes after a patient's injured or seriously ill can really make all the difference. That said, our work doesn't just end once we've got the patient to the hospital. We also provide a specialist aftercare service for patients and their families whose lives have simply been turned upside down by the events. We also engage with our community. We teach life-saving skills such as CPR and resuscitation in the communities because we really want to make a difference in cardiac arrest. And we know that without this vital step in the chain of survival, no matter how quick we are, we're going to be too late. We carry out clinical research to improve and enhance patient outcomes for those patients and also patients in the future. And some of the research that we've undertaken at EAAA has certainly been first in the UK, and lots of that's been focused on care of patients in cardiac arrest. We've recently been doing a trial whereby we've put a balloon into patients' in aorta using this state-of-the-art technology in balloons to try and restart their hearts. The results of that will be published shortly. These devices have only ever been used in specialist hospitals, not even sort of your average emergency department. And we're certainly the first people in the UK to be delivering this in patients' houses or at the roadside. And all of this is made possible almost entirely through donations, and we receive no regular government funding. Every mission, therefore, every shift, every life is impacted and funded by supporters like you. We attend an average of 5 patients a day, and each mission costs over £4,000. And that brings me as to why we're here today. For many years, our Cambridge Air Base, we also have one in Norwich, but our Cambridge Air Base at Marshalls has been home to our crew. This has been serving the patients of East Anglia and has enabled us to respond rapidly to thousands of emergencies and save countless lives. However, that base is no longer a secure location as we know it's closing shortly. So, to protect the future of this life-saving service, we need to build a new purpose-built Cambridge Air Base. And this isn't about just the bricks and mortar, it's about making sure that when someone needs us tomorrow, next year, or in 20 years' time, we can still respond as quickly and with as high a level of care as we can today. It's about ensuring the people of Cambridge continue to have access to world-class pre-hospital critical care. And it's also about people like Callum. And I'm going to tell you his story. In August 2024, 27-year-old Callum was driving to work early in the morning, just before dawn, when his car left the road near Biggleswade. His iPhone's crash detection system triggered a call to 999 because he was unable to call for help himself. And our Cambridge Critical Care team responded by car at around 5 in the morning. When we arrived, myself and my paramedic colleague Josh found Callum with devastating head and chest injuries. He wasn't breathing properly, he was very agitated, and he had a severe brain injury. At the roadside, we gave him a pre-hospital emergency anaesthetic to protect his brain and also provide oxygen and help him breathe. We carried out a surgical procedure to relieve the pressure in his chest. We administered life-saving medication to help reduce bleeding. And we took him to the major trauma centre in Cambridge, which was the best centre for his type of injuries. And doing that, we bypassed the local hospitals. We were able to do that because we could closely monitor him, including invasive beat-to-beat blood pressure monitoring and sustained anaesthesia throughout that journey to Addenbrooke's. As I said before, these treatments are simply not available from a standard ambulance. His injuries, as you've probably heard, are so severe that nobody knew what the outcome would be. And his family spent weeks wondering whether he would survive. And Callum spent weeks in a coma. But he did eventually wake, had a tough journey ahead. He managed to learn to walk, to talk, to feed himself, and communicate with his family. And then, fortunately, months later, he ended up returning to our Cambridge base to meet us. He was doing really, really well. And I think his fiancée at the time, who they're now married, summed it up perfectly when she said, "East Anglian Air Ambulance absolutely made all the difference. The decisions they made on the day undoubtedly saved Callum's life." Today, he continues his recovery, has recently got married, and faces a fulfilled life ahead of him. And I think these stories like Callum's remind us why the Cambridge Air Base appeal matters so much. Because the next persons that need us could be any one of us. It could be anyone driving to an early morning meeting at work. It could be a friend cycling home, a family member sustaining a cardiac arrest. And I think none of us ever expect to need the air ambulance, but every one of us expects it to be there if we do. And I think as business leaders and professionals, you understand the importance of planning and investing in the future. And the Cambridge Air Base appeal is exactly that. It's an investment for protecting this life-saving service for generations to come. And whether you choose to support us personally, encourage your businesses to become involved, and by choosing us as a charity of the year today, you've helped us to spread this message. Every contribution helps to ensure that our crews can deliver world-class pre-hospital care at the side of those who need it when they need it. So thank you once again for choosing East Anglian Ambulance as your charity of the year. Thank you for listening today, and thank you for helping us to ensure that when someone's worst day arrives, we're there to give them the very best chance at another tomorrow. Thank you.